What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. Today, we are using the Palkia Kyogre team once again with Palkia, Kyogre, Incineroar, Among Us, Tapu Lele, and Hawlucha. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, highly recommend go checking them out. But let's get started and play some games. So Palkia has been putting in a ton of work. Hawlucha, we haven't really been able to bring it too much, but I feel like in certain matchups Hawlucha can do really well. Like the main reason I have Hawlucha on this team is because of the fact that there is Ludicolo in this format. And Ludicolo is a big problem to the Palkia plus Kyogre since I can't really damage it right away. Wow, that's a really high rating, 1682. Jeez. For this early in the format, that's really high. We're going to see the team of Yveltal, Kyogre, Kartana, Incineroar, Togedemaru, and Among Us. So, wow, really interesting. I wonder if it's Scarf Kyogre or not. I really can't tell. Let's see. Palkia is good here. Kyogre is good here. Maybe this is a game where I bring, because I don't really like Among Us too much in this matchup. Neither Incineroar doesn't really help me too much either. I think I'm going to go Palkia plus Kyogre, and I think we're going to bring the Hawlucha Tapu Lele. I could also lead Hawlucha Tapu Lele, but the problem is, what's the problem? Don't really like Incineroar leading. I also really don't like Kartana leading either, if that's the case. Yeah. I also don't like it if Togedemaru leads, but I'm not sure if we bring Togedemaru in this game. So I'll go straight offense right here. We'll see if we have enough firepower to knock out my opponent. But yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting one because, yeah, looks like a bunch of support Pokemon just with Yveltal and Kyogre. It's like a lot of support. A lot of support. Not really much damage output other than the restricted. So if I get rid of the restricted, I feel pretty good. But the support Pokemon are going to make it tough. A lot of fake out pressure. But I do have my Tapu Lele. But it looks like we're going to see the Yveltal plus the Togedemaru lead. So I feel like Tapu Lele is just so obvious that you should expect it. I kind of just want to click Hydro Pump and Water Spout because if I'm able to knock out Yveltal, that's an amazing knockout for me turn 1. And I feel like it's just so obvious for the Tapu Lele that you might just want to go for, I don't know, Zing Zap, maybe a Nuzzle if you have it. I think I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump and a Water Spout right away. I want as much damage as I can into the Yveltal slot, and I'm willing to risk it. So Yveltal goes for Protect, so I'm guessing that's a Nuzzle coming out from this Togedemaru then. So maybe I should double up the Togedemaru, but I didn't want my opponent to get free Tailwind, because if my opponent got Tailwind up, I was going to be destroyed. Because I would have had there would have been a lot of damage output coming up from my opponent. So, Water Spout, Hydro Pump, as we're going to see Nuzzle. Yeah, it's Nuzzle into the Palkia. So, good target by my opponent. But I mean, Water Spout knocks out the Togedemaru, even if you Sucker Punch. You really don't have a switch into Hydro Pump plus Water Spout. I'm going to keep going for it. Don't see a reason not to. I'll trade. Yeah, I'll definitely trade here. I'll definitely trade if I really need it. So I'll just go for the Water Spout and the Hydro Pump, as we're going to see the Spiky Shield come out from Togedemaru. No surprise there. As what are we gonna see from the Yveltal? Probably Sucker Punch. Okay, so if I am able to get a Hydro Pump, geez, that does a lot because it is a Life Orb Yveltal. Water Spout gonna come out. Not gonna do too much to Yveltal, but if I do get a Hydro Pump off, I mean I know it's a lot to ask, but yeah, I'm hoping. Nice, we do connect the Hydro Pump. So Palkia able to knock out the Yveltal. Big damage output right there for my opponent, and my Palkia is still sitting pretty healthy, so I can still take on the Kyogre pretty easily since I do quad resist its attacks. So feeling pretty good here. We'll see what my opponent decides to bring out next. It's gonna be that Kartana coming out. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that my Kyogre is basically useless now, so I don't care. My opponent knocks it out. I think I'll just go Hawlucha here and just go for another Water Spout. Even if Togedemaru switches out, I mean, I get chip damage onto my opponent. I get free switch into Lele afterwards. Feel pretty good about that either way. But yeah, so man, let's see. The game's slowing down because of the fact that it's a Palkia and a Kyogre on the field next to each other. So we're gonna see the Togedemaru switch out, which is probably the Kyogre, which is no surprise. Very good switch for my opponent because I feel like I feel like the Togedemaru is worth keeping for the fake out pressure and just has a sack later on, especially if you are a Scarf Kyogre. Bring out the Hawlucha here. And War Spout. We'll see what this Kartana has though, if it's Tailwind or if it just goes straight for the Leaf Blade. Looks like it's Assault Vest because that War Spout did nothing. Knockoff gonna come out. Targets my Hawlucha, so I do lose my... oh, that was a really good knockoff. I guess I could have went for Flamethrower and risked it. But I was really hoping... yeah, maybe I should... because Palkia would live a Leaf Blade. But I wanted to get Hawlucha in so I could get set up the Psychic Seed since I thought Kyogre might be going down here. That's pretty bad. I do know it's Assault Vest Kartana at least. That's one good thing. The problem is I don't know what kind of Kyogre my opponent is. And I don't know how fast it is either. So we're in a predicament right now. We're in quite the predicament. I might as well just sack Kyogre here. I don't really think there's too much of a reason to keep Kyogre around. I also want to see if my opponent's potentially Choice Scarf on the Kyogre here. So, and just getting the chip damage into these Pokemon is pretty good for my team. Palkia can still win, but I have to get rid of the Kartana, and I need to get speed control up. Thunder gonna go out into the Hawlucha. It does look like it is potentially Scarf on the Kyogre there, as Leaf Blade will come out. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I think I'm out, actually. If it is Scarf Kyogre, I just lose. Straight out. Because I feel like... because I bring out Tapu Lele here. Maybe if Psychic knocks out the Kartana? I feel like it shouldn't. I feel like it shouldn't. Oh wait, don't I have to boost? Actually, wait, no. Since my opponent knocks off me, shouldn't I have the Burden Boost already? Yeah, I should. Ooh, but it becomes tricky. I think I do go for the high jump kick, and I think I do click the Psychic into the Kyogre. Togedemaru might be sacked here. Yeah. Okay. So I had to call whether Togedemaru would be sacked here. I completely forgot about the Unburden mechanic. I have been forgetting a lot. High jump kick does connect with the Togedemaru, so we at least are able to knock that Pokemon out. And if Psychic just knocks out the Kyogre, I'm actually feeling pretty decent about my position since Kartana's stat was reset, because it no longer has the Beast Boost. So maybe if it doesn't do Special Strike. I mean, it's not going to be able to knock out my Palkia. It might come down to a full para at this point. Hawlucha does go down. Psychic will come out into the Kyogre slot. Mind Plate. Ooh, barely. But the rain does stop, which does help, because if Thunder misses, I am in a decent spot here. Oh, but it comes down to some factors. One, we have no idea if my opponent's going to decide to double up the Palkia or not. I think the play is to target down the Kartana here, and yeah, it might come down to a Thunder Miss or two. It might come down to a full para. If my opponent doubles up into Palkia, I protect Psychic and I win the game, unless full para happens. But yeah, no matter what, the para is annoying. So I'll just go for the Psychic and Flamethrower. Palkia avoids the Thunder though, which is pretty big. Smart Strike does come out if we don't get para twice, and this is me opening my big mouth. So I mean, Tapu Lele does go down there. Maybe I should protect the Tapu Lele, but I didn't want to risk it. We do get the Flamethrower off. That is a knockout in a Kartana. Now it comes down to multiple factors. It comes down to Thunder hitting, and it comes down to a full para. Ooh, what a close game. It's a close game. And I just clicked Flamethrower. It does knock out Kyogre at this range. We'll see. We already missed the first Thunder, but that is Thunder out of rain. That's the second Thunder. And we don't get full para. So Palkia coming in through even after all my mistakes. So the Unburden Boost was just my bad. Like, it has been a long time since usually I'm so used to lean Tapu Lele and Hawlucha that I'm not really used to having the seed knocked off right away. So yeah, that was just a mistake on my part, because if I knew that, I could just high jump kicked the Kartana and I would have probably just had the game sealed up since Kyogre was locked in the Thunder. And yeah, there wasn't really much my opponent would have been able to do otherwise, because I would have Kyogre next to a Tapu Lele, a War Spout, and a Psychic. We'll finish off the Kyogre, and you can only really thunder the Kyogre, try to pick up the knockout, but I pick up the knockout into your Kyogre slot. Since it's a double target, yeah, like that was just a silly mistake on my part, but we are able to pick up a win, which is really nice there. And yeah, Palkia able to do a lot of work in that matchup. Kyogre's Water Spout was doing pretty decent damage overall. That Kartana took it pretty well, but it was Assault Vest Kartana. Hawlucha, you know, able to pick up a knockout, but I probably could have utilized it more. I think in that match I could have definitely done some more damage. Maybe, yeah, if I just high jump kicked immediately, because I realistically had no reason not to high jump kick, because I realized it after the fact that I still had the Unburden boost. I forget that if your item Unburden usually happens when your item is consumed, but it also happens if your item is knocked off and you lose the item, you actually do get the Unburden boost. So yeah, that was just something that completely slipped my mind. So yeah, since we're used to seeing Unburden Pokemon such as Drifblim or Hawlucha, for instance, usually activate their Unburden immediately, since they usually lead with their Tapu. So to see this activated, you don't really commonly see that. As we find our second opponent from Spain with the team of pretty standard Lunala, Xerneas stuff. Lunala, Xerneas, Tapu Lele, Kartana, Amoonguss, and Incineroar. So very, very scary team. Lunala is super scary to deal with. Oh man, I like Hawlucha more than Incineroar, and I don't like how that seems. I definitely do want Palkia Kyogre as the lead. I feel like I've led Palkia Kyogre, but it's just such a good lead in general. Like, it's actually such a good lead in general because of the fact that its damage output is pretty insane. Yeah, so I'll lead that with maybe Incineroar just as a switch in, because Incineroar switches in pretty well against my opponent's team, and Amoonguss. I don't know, I'm liking Hawlucha because of the fact that it just able to, if my opponent brings Lele, I can revenge KO if Acrobatics if I get a bit of chip. But I think Incineroar having a Psychic switch is pretty nice, especially if that's Scarf Psychic on the top of Lele, so yeah, that's definitely worth in my opinion. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Also, the fact is, man, I wish we had telepathy on Palkia. I wish we had telepathy because of the fact that we wouldn't be revealing we're fast Palkia potentially. We used to have telepathy Palkia back in 2016. It's not currently legal in VGC 2018. We're actually missing a lot of the hidden abilities on the legendaries. I think the only one that's currently legal is the Lugia multi-scale one because of the fact it was a movie event in Japan. So Lunala Xerneas is gonna lead. Wow. Hey man, if you want to give me a knockout on one of your legends, I'll definitely take it. I'll target down to Lunala, I think. Yeah, I'll target down to Lunala. You can only knock out Palkia with a Moonblast. And that means I'd get a Water Spout off for free, basically. Lunalas tend to be a choice specs on these teams, so they can't really carry Protect. So, and you might want to Protect switch out Amoonguss, but that would mean I just get a lot of free damage off. So, I'll just go aggressive here into the Lunala slot. I don't think it's too risky because I do have Answers to Xerneas if it does Geomancy again. I do have that Amoonguss as a potential switch in. So let's see what my opponent's gonna go for. Cause nothing appreciates this Water Spout and Hydro Pump combination. Let me tell you, it does have Protect. Wow, that was not what I expected. So maybe I can knock up the Xerneas then. That's not good. We'll be able to get a Water Spout off, get a bunch of damage into Xerneas. That's frail Xerneas, like, that's frail. Let's see, it's in Fake Out range. It does go for the Moonblast, no surprise there. Gonna target down my Palkia, so Palkia's gonna go down, but I mean, I already got a lot of damage off into the Xerneas, and it can't really set up freely now. I get a free switch into my Incineroar here. The problem is my red card now is basically useless, and it could actually turn into a screw up for me later on in the road. I will go Incineroar here. And we'll go for a knockoff into the Lunala slot. And a Water Spout. Nothing really switches in on these Pokemon, except Wide Guard, I guess, on Lunala. Ooh. If it's Protect, it might have Wide Guard. This might have been screwed by me. Maybe maybe I should have Hydro Pumped to Xerneas, but I didn't want Choice Specs attack from Lunala if it carried like Moonblast or something. Xerneas is going to protect us, so it's probably on the offense from Lunala, which I'm okay with. We'll get a Water Spout off. And I'm at least able to knock out the Lunala because it can't really knock me out with anything. Psyshock, yeah, that's only going to do about 60%. Only about 50 actually. Knockoff going to come out into the Lunala, which will be able to pick up the knockout. So I do get rid of Lunala. Nice, nice, nice. Not too bad as we do get rid of safety goggles. That's a curious item on Lunala. Kyogre is still valuable because it's my main damage output, so I'm going to have to preserve the Kyogre. We're going to see Incineroar come in. I think Fake Out and Moonblast is coming out into Kyogre, so I think it is worth going out to Amoonguss here. And I don't know if U-Turn would knock out the Xerneas at this rate. I mean, it should, right? I'm going to U-Turn and switch out into Amoonguss. I would say U-Turn should KO the Xerneas. I would say U-Turn should knock out the Xerneas. It really should. I think it should. So we'll go for the U-turn into the Xerneas and switch out to Amoonguss. Even if it activates my eject button by doing this, I think it's fine because Xerneas can't knock me out and I'll be able to knock it out after. If you fake out the Incineroar and try to Geomancy up, which is the worst case scenario if you read this read, it doesn't really hurt me too much because of the fact that I still have my Amoonguss and it's going to be pretty healthy. So we're going to see the Dazzling Gleam come out. Oh, that means I don't knock out the Xerneas. Oh, that's unfortunate. Activates my red card. I mean, I probably just get a free switch in here, so it's not the worst case. We're going to see the Kartana come in. Really comes down to its item. I kind of wish I Flare Blitz now, though. Knockoff going to come out into the Amoonguss slot. As we will get a U-turn off. I can't tell what kind of Kartana that is, though, which is the bad part. We'll go Kyogre here. Because if it's Assault Vest, that's a problem. If it's Assault Vest, that's a problem. Otherwise, I would just click Origin Pulse, and I think I switch out. But I could also switch out Incineroar for the other slot, for Kyogre slot, and Spore. I feel like that's a better play, but the problem is if we double up Kyogre with Knockoff plus Leaf Blade, or if we read the Incineroar switch in. But I'll live an attack from... You know what? I'll live an attack from the Incineroar. It's worth... Yeah, it's worth doing this. So we'll go Incineroar here. We'll get this Intimidate off into the Kartana as well as the Incineroar. Then we'll Fake Out Pressure. We get Spore off into the Incineroar slot. We do see the Leaf Blade come out into the Incineroar. Doesn't really do too much, thankfully, as we're going to see the Knockoff come out into... Does double that slot. That makes it tricky. Spore going to come out into the Incineroar slot. It's not the end of the world, but it's still pretty bad. Because I don't know if Sacred Sword will knock me out. I'm going to Fake Out here and... the rain's going to go out. Yeah, that was a really nice double on my opponent's part. I think I should swap the other way. I think I'm gonna risk going for Flare Blitz here. Hope maybe Incineroar can live this, but I don't think it can. I think it comes down to Kyogre. I think I gotta go on Kyogre now. Yeah, because getting the Beast Boost. Incineroar gonna stay asleep. Spore, just in case the Incineroar decide to go out into Xerneas. We'll go Kyogre here. And it comes down to Origin Pulse. If this is Snowball Kartana, I should be able to knock out, but I've seen a lot of Assault Vest Kartana, so yeah, it's gonna come down to are you Assault Vest Kartana, I guess, or if you just live it, because it could be like just max special defense on the thing. I'm gonna Rage Powder and Origin Pulse because if it's Partial Barrier Assault Vest on the Incineroar, I have to Rage Powder. I have to avoid a knockoff. We do connect. It is Posho Berry on the Incineroar, so I'm guessing it's AV on the Kartana. That should be it. Yeah, that's AV, Kartana. Yeah, so there was no way to, unfortunately, like, maybe there was a way, like, that I'm just ignoring, but I'm trying to think about my game plans, right? Like, maybe instead of going for the, Spore into Incineroar, I had to go for the Rage Powder and, draw away the potential knockoff. Yeah, I think that's maybe what I had to do, because if I was able to draw away that, knockoff, maybe I just live. I'd be able to flare this Kartana. Yeah, I think that's the play I had to make. But well played from my opponent. Salvis Kartana was able to beat me in the end. And yeah, the Lunala protecting was great. I guess maybe I should have just went for the Hydro Pump into the... Because Lunala wasn't realistically getting knockout there. So I think maybe it was just worth just go for Water Spout and Hydro Pump. I just didn't want to see like Protect go for... these specs attacking a Kyogre and I take a lot of damage and I'm forced to switch out eventually. But now that I think about it, like that, my play also doesn't really cover a wide guard scenario. So I think the best play, yeah, like the mistakes that were made early, I think was turn 1. Because my opponent could have realistically just went for wide guard and Geomancy right there. If I did make the play of Hydro Pump and Water Spout in the Lunala slot. So the best play there was to Hydro Pump the Xerneas, so that was a mistake on my part. But I think we're just going to cut it out because I have to get my 3DS charger because I don't know where it is and my 3DS is blinking red. So we'll be right back with the third game of today's episode. Okay, I'm hoping that fixes it, but it looks like it's not. So hopefully it's not going to be too laggy. But our opponent, bringing the same team that we saw Paul use earlier, if you didn't watch that exhibition match I had. My matchup, I think, is lead Hawlucha Tapu Lele and have Palkia and Kyogre in the back. I think it's very effective here. It's kind of weird because of the fact that my Ludicolo... This matchup's weird for this team because of the fact that there is the... Okay, it looks like the video stopped lagging, which is good. This matchup's weird. I don't expect to win this one because of the fact that dealing with Ludicolo, I have to bring the Hawlucha usually. And by bringing the Hawlucha, I have to bring Lele, which means I can't really bring Amoonguss in the back unless I decide to not opt for either Palkia or Kyogre, which might have been the play. Looks like it's going to be Lunala plus the Ludicolo out here against my Tapu Lele and my Hawlucha. If I was my opponent, I'd be worried about the Hawlucha. I'd maybe go for like a fake out into the Hawlucha and maybe double up the Hawlucha slot. Because I don't think Lele is the biggest threat. I feel like the Hawlucha is. So I think my play is to protect the Hawlucha and go for Psychic into the Lunala. Like, this covers a few multiple plays my opponent can do. One, this covers the fact that if this Lunala is specs, it would have to lock itself into a move right here, either Psy Shock or Moongeist Beam. If it locks itself into Moongeist Beam, my Hawlucha is safe, and I can threaten the Ludicolo the following turn with the Acrobatics. So yeah, I'll just go for the Psychic here into the Lunala slot as well as a Protect here, because they might not expect Protect on Hawlucha because most don't run it, so maybe this can catch my opponent off guard. Just gonna be the Moongeist Beam though, so not exactly the most favorable position, but it's an alright position. We will see the Tapu Lele just drop here. Critical hit does not matter, but I'm surprised my opponent actually just risked the Ludicolo turn 1. Is it Focus Sash? Because that's the only reason I would see it staying in like that. We'll go Palkia here. The health on Kyogre is probably important. Palkia's health isn't as important. It will live one Moongeist Beam for sure. I'd imagine Acrobatics plus Life Orb Hydro Pump probably doesn't knock it out. I probably need a few. I could probably get a free Acrobatics off into the Ludicolo though. Yeah, I'm just gonna Acrobatics Ludicolo, get a Spatial Rend off into Lunala, get some damage off. Not gonna risk anything. Looks like my opponent's gonna give me the Ludicolo, or unless you are Focus Sash. No, it's not. So I just get Ludicolo out. Okay, that's the biggest threat to my Kyogre out of the way, so I'll definitely take that. Spatial Rend gonna come out, do a decent amount to Lunala. Does break through that Shadow Shield. Let's see Moongeist Beam once again. Probably targeting out my Palkia. Like, this thing is probably just choice specs and it's probably just locked in and it's just trying to do as much damage as possible. So it does target my Palkia. Palkia should survive. Yeah. Pretty easily, actually. And then we'll see what my opponent decides to bring out next. I would assume it's going to be Xerneas. Acrobatics plus Hydro Pump probably knocks it out, I would assume. Man, I wish I could Tailwind here. I can't really afford it. Sakataka comes out, though. It's just an interesting play. Why Sakataka? I'm gonna Acrobatics the Lunala for damage, and I'm just gonna fire off a Hydro Pump and Sakataka. Even if Sakataka protects, I get a free switch into Ogre. And it looks like there's no protect, so I'm really confused right here. Acrobatics, 2-shot on Lunala. Hydro Pump does connect on Sakataka. That should knock out since we are Life Orb. Lunala can target one, but it can't KO the other. And I get to click Water Spout now, because I know it's Choice Specs Lunala based on the damage, so... yeah, Water Spout and Acrobatics probably just picks me up a KO on whatever's in the back. I don't see a way my opponent gets out of this. Moonguy's Beam gonna come out once again. Gonna target down my Hawlucha slot this time. Gets a crit. You know what? I guess it really doesn't matter too much. Because I get Kyogre in, and yeah, Water Spout's just gonna hurt my opponent's Xerneas to the point where it can't come back. It would have only... oh wow, Amoonguss is in the back. I guess that maybe changes things a bit. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm gonna click Water Spout. Do I click Spatial Rend here, or do I just protect? You should be worried about my Palkia. Actually, I'm just gonna click Spatial Rend, because Water Spout and Spatial Rend into another Water Spout should knock out Amoonguss, and I don't want to risk like the Wide Guard. I would try to lock myself in the Ice Beam, but I don't think it's worth it here. A Water Spout does a really good amount to the Amoonguss, as we are able to knock out the Lunala. Next Water Spout will be single target. Spatial Rend coming out. Life Orb Spatial Rend. Can this knock out Amoonguss? It does not. Amoonguss bulky Pokemon. Do survive with 3 HP. It's not. Huh. I don't know what's item on Amoonguss is. Maybe it's a... what's the Psychic Berry called? I can't remember what the Payapa Berry I think it's called. Or maybe it's a red card. And it just doesn't activate because I'm down to my last 2 Pokemon. But this game is over. I just click Flamethrower because I'm not risking. Spatial Rend's 95% accuracy. The match is going to be forfeited. Yeah, no, Xerneas was really interesting for my opponent's part. Like, I thought Xerneas would be a really big threat, but my opponent didn't bring it. I'm really surprised to see Sakataka because I just don't know what Sakataka accomplishes. Risking your Ludicolo immediately. Yeah, there were like a lot of plays that were just intriguing, really risky. My opinion, and not sure if the risk reward was worth it, but hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. I almost said 2018 again. If you did like it, please leave a like down below, show us the support, as well as if you missed the previous episodes, highly recommend go check it out. Will be linked in the description down below, as well as feel free to try out this team. I do have it listed down below with the QR code, as well as the paste bin if you do want to know about its EVs, the movesets, etc. And of course, follow me on my Twitch channel where I do stream VGC 2019. So highly recommend go checking it out, especially since I don't know when Twitch is going to get back to me after my Twitch partnership application that I already sent in, because I accomplished their Twitch partnership achievement thing. So hopefully they get back to me soon, but let's show them some good numbers for VGC 2019. I hope to see you on my streams. Official streaming schedule should be coming out soon. But otherwise, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Feel free to leave a comment down below as I do read them. Otherwise, have a great day, people. And until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.